Guys, welcome back to the channel. Time for another episode of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I go through the prior videos, questions, and comments and help you with your HUT lineup decisions. Don't forget, I will have a major release on January 13th. My HUT database website will go live. I'll have all of the news and everything that you need to know about it, but hopefully we'll be able to do team build reviews and things like that via my new website. All right, let's get into it. All right, so this was from about 10 days ago, so I do apologize, but obviously with the holidays and whatnot, it was kind of tough to get everything going here, but we'll start with Sampo. He says, yo, Sleeves, couple of questions. Which wingers will get Team of the Year if they decide to go with the same format as previous years, so only one center, so position locking? What annoys you about gameplay this year? And my power play lines are still glitched as my wingers take faceoffs, even though I've put them to the wing and strategies. Basically, the game doesn't say my power play strategies. Any tips? Keep with the good content. I love this. It's just questions and not just, your team build. Even though, I understand you guys want some help. I do love just the random questions. So, first, let's talk about which wingers will get Team of the Year if they decide to go with the same format. So this is position locking, where it's a winger, the best left hand or the best left winger, right winger, and center. Center is Connor McDavid. There's really no way around that. Left wing is really tough because that's like a 3-horse race between Kaprizov, Tkachuk, and Gaudreau, and really Huberdeau as well. I would think it's Gaudreau. He had the most points, but just by about 3 or 4. I just think he signed that massive contract. And I don't know. I just a hunch. Right wing, I think it's Kucherov. I think everyone's hung up on Marner and his phenomenal point streak. He's been nuts this year. But Kucherov is just forgotten about. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like fatigue of Tampa being so good and the fact that they, for whatever reason, took away Kucherov's X factor this year. But yeah, I think it's Kucherov. What annoys you about gameplay this year, brother? So much. My biggest issue is goaltending. They added in human goalie animations to try and make all of gameplay feel similar to World of Chell. So they're trying to make gameplay uniform across the board because as of up to this game, World of Chell played differently than 1v1 or Hockey Ultimate Team. And that's a stupid issue in itself because with a small developer team, having developers work on 2 different modes is just obviously not the best use of resources. If everything was on the same page, that means you could use the full workforce. So I think that will be good. However, they released the game with goalies using human goalie animation. So they added in like the 6 animations that you can make when you're a human goalie. And it's absolutely scuffed and broken goaltenders. They did not do enough testing with it. They released it even though it wasn't good. And we're just kind of left with it. That's why you have the wraps. The wraps work, guys, because the goaltender goes down into a butterfly instead of hugging the post because it's using the human goalie animation. So it's just awful, and it really sucks. If goaltending went back to NHL 22, one-timers would go in, but we wouldn't have this nonsense where, the wraps and things like that. So that'd be the most annoying part of gameplay. And power play line still being glitched. Yeah, man, put your winger or put your center on the winger spot is how you fix that. It's brutal, but, it's a full-price game. All right, on to J-Lo. He says, hey, Sleeves, keep up the good work, and thanks for everything you do for the community. I appreciate that, man. Do you think we are getting a free card on Christmas? So this was before Christmas, like we do every year, and what rating do you think they'd be? I thought they'd be 88, to be honest with you. Also, do you think it's worth trying to make some Team of the Years, even if my team isn't that great? I've saved up a lot of cards already. Yeah, 100%. Like, I would burn pretty much everything but your top 2 lines to try and make a Team of the Year card. You have to understand, guys, that the value of these cards is so significant for no money spent players, especially because it's a card where you do not have to spend resources for the rest of the year. That being said, if you can't make a Team of the Year, don't feel bad. It would be a great time to sell everything. Like, if you are someone that has a bunch of 85s and 84s, but not enough to make a Team of the Year, you're going to be able to sell that stuff for the most expensive price because everyone is going to be trying to make as many Team of the Years as they can. Minnie Fletcher says, hey, Sleeves, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, too. It'll be a great holiday. Just finished Nations of Hockey Challenges and going to make Kane non-favorite Oiler. Not sure who to take out of the lineup for him. I have Hyman on the 4th line. I'm keeping him there until I eventually make a separate Oilers theme lineup. I packed a new 98-speed goalie, trying to try him out and see how he does. All untradeable out of the McDavid and the new goalie. Basically, I have no coins. Been buying 86s to 88s before Team of the Year skyrockets. So he's got Eberle, Gretzky, McDavid, Bertuzzi, Beagle, Briere, McKinnon, Messier, Kucherov. So this is an Oilers lineup, man. Like, if you're trying to get Kane in there, like, I would probably move Matthews to center and take out Zibanejad and put Kane in. If you want to do that, that's what I would do. Lineup's pretty set for points for this point forward-wise, but curious as I'm going to end up trading in Newman in whichever 89 I make for the cheapest in for Beagle. Opening up a hole on my right side. Is Uyghur worth making at this point, or should I hold off for Team of the Year? He would be my second pair of defense for reference. Hope you enjoyed your holiday, man. Always appreciate all the content you put out. Thank you so much, dude. I would wait for Team of the Year first. Once Team of the Year is done, guys, you can go back and make all sorts of master items, because I think a lot of people are not realizing that you're not going to be able to make all these Team of the Years, but there's a lot of useful master set players. Like favorite, you have on the right side. So Uyghur would be a great one. He's not all that expensive, and when you put truculence on him, it just makes him so good. He has to have truculence. So I'm going to talk about this going forward a little bit. You have to understand that a value of a card changes significantly if you can't activate his ability. So, for example, if you have a loaded team and a new master set player comes out, and the player is only great. So Uyghur, for example, if you can't activate Truculence on Uyghur, very mediocre. Like there's a lot of other good or similar costing right-handed defensemen that you can have, but if he has Truculence, he's phenomenal. R2 Vinica says, Merry Christmas, Sleeves. If Team of the Year collectibles work as same as Evo's, 186 for one collectible, how many collectibles do you think it takes to get a player? Also, which position should I upgrade next? And do you have recommendations of any current past Canes Whalers players I could get and not get major disadvantages? Cost doesn't matter that much. Probably going to get Whaler Howe at some point. Respect the team, man. If it is, I've been pretty adamant about this. It's going to be about 600 to 700,000 coins to make a Team of the Year from scratch. I think. It depends on how good these cards are. Like last year, there was a McDavid that was 96 overall, and he ended up costing like 1.2 million in coins to make. But that was because he was so much higher rated than everyone else. This year, it appears that everyone's going to be around the same overall, and they're not going to let the overalls get out of control. Like I would think at maximum they're 82 overalls. Like they don't go any higher than that. Sorry, 92. 92. So I would suspect 700K to get each card would probably be the thing. And then in terms of Carolina Hurricanes, put Brent Burns on there, man. I mean, what are you doing? I'm not big on I'm trying to think of like Cam Ward's not in the game, and I mean, you have Brindamore. That's who I was thinking of, obviously. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure on that. You stumped me. Adam says, hey, Sleeps, thanks for the content. I love the content. Haven't been keeping up with as much this year because I couldn't get the game. I'll be getting it at Christmas, and I'm thinking of doing a theme team with my favorite teams instead of going for the best players. I'm wondering which Leafs, Penguins, or Golden Knights players do you think? That is a smorgasbord. Excuse me. I'm very tired today. My goodness. Players, smorgasbord of teams. Do you think are the best value or easy to acquire? Well, William Karlsson's extremely easy. I don't think he's a great value, I don't think he's a great card. I think there's better center, but William Karlsson will be one. Jack Eichel, his USA MSP would 100% be one that I would go after. If you're looking for like on the high end, like the Leafs, Phil Kessel would be kind of cool, and that's kind of a flex card, but it's very hard. Like he's very expensive because he's so rare. Outside of that, like Crosby's X Factor would be cool. That would be where I would start. Hey, Slaves, quick question. What do you expect to happen regarding free cards through objectives come Team of the Year? Considering there likely won't be any low overall cards to use to complete objectives as well as Team of the Year cards, they won't need to be powered up with collectibles. Do you expect them to do something else? Maybe Team of the Week cards with a ridiculous amount of games played in a short period of time for a Team of the Year card, or maybe a choice pack with all previous MSPs, or maybe nothing? Would love to hear your thoughts on this. I haven't thought about that at all, man. Like, they will do something to give away a collectible or two, and that might not, like, get you anywhere close to a Team of the Year. But if, like, collectibles are going for 20K a piece, that's a huge value. They haven't done Team of the Week, but I could definitely see them going back to that Hut 23 or Prime Time. Because, those are so easily to come by. I would low-key stock up on some really cheap ones. Yeah, that's a good idea. Man, I didn't even think of that. King Carl says, hey, yo, Sleeves there. Merry Christmas. Thanks for everything you do for the community. I appreciate that, man. Regular viewer in my Twitch chat. Thank you, my dude. I appreciate that. Josh Clifford, another regular viewer. What's up, dude? Jacob Hanna says, love the videos, man. I'm free to play it. I'm not sure where to go with my team. Also not sure about my line pairings. Trying to, again, because I accidentally skipped over your last video. Okay. Barzal, Poulin, Matthews. I would put, Poulin's actually... She's such a good card. Like, it's wild. Everyone freaked out about women cards not being viable. It's like a joke. It's like a slippery fish. Like, you just can't, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like you can't hit her, knock her off the puck unless you clear line her up. So extremely good card. I like Krejci. McCann's been so useful. I would try and I would much rather have McDavid, his base card, on line 2 instead of Gaudreau. Like, he's a better in my opinion. And then you just need a 4th line center. Makar and Slavin, Yossi, Green, Letang, Byron. That's a great decor. I also have 89 Moser on the bench to replace someone once objectives are done. I also have so many Spotlight MSPs, but it restarted the objectives when I switched over. Oh, that's solid too. In terms of Spotlight, there isn't really anyone else I would go and get. You have like the guys. I would maybe use those to get like 84s or whatnot to trade in for maybe Nations of Hockey collectibles. But yeah, like that's where I would start. Bonjour, slaves. What up, Ian? I'm home from university for the holidays and really started my HUT team. Right now, my team is made of low 80 cards and an X Factor Makar. Finished the HUT 23 objectives for Tavo. Now, I'm almost done the spreadsheet objectives, so I will make a free MSP pretty soon. Which spreadsheet MSP do you recommend I make? Love the content. If you've just started, Bergeron would for sure be, unless you have Krejci as your free card, because having a center move quick draw is very, very useful. A couple other ones as well, though. Mackenzie, you already have Makar, so Mackenzie Weegar, it would be bad value because it would push one of them to the line too. Barzal, if you don't have a top-end right-handed winger, or Bergeron. The Spreadsheet Hockey event is one of the best events ever in terms of just the amount of good cards. I have 140K saved. What card should I invest in? You want to invest in, like, if you're saving for Team of the Year, 83s and 86s around there, but they're so expensive because everyone's been preparing. If you have 140K, there's a lot of 50K cards in that range that are really good that you could use. Go back and watch my budget video I made a couple days ago. Laughter said, "Hey, Sleeves, I could use some advice. Haven't had a chance to play much since launch, and I have about 190K. Should I upgrade my MSPs or buy some players? And if so, who should I go after? Here's my lineup. Solani 83. I would not if that's the master set player, like the milestone, I would not upgrade. I can't remember if he started 83 or 84. I think it would start at 84. Beliveau 89. Oh, no, wait. That's the free one from... Okay, never mind. McDavid, Kopitar, Robertson. All right, 190K. You definitely need to go and watch that budget video from a few days ago. I go over about 8 to 10 really good values, in my opinion. And you can find a lot of them for around 50K. So you can get a pretty banger lineup out of that. Probably go to buy Flashback Kane at Christmas for myself. And I don't care about Team of the Year since I'll be away during the event. Fair enough. Yeah, Kane's going to help you out. I've liked Kane's card. He gets knocked off the puck easy, but he's really fun with the puck. So... James says, I have enough 83s to 88s to make 106 HUT 23 collectibles or 310. That is a ton. I thought I would be able to upgrade my X Factor Team of the Year, but now I'm not sure. Also, free to play. You should be able to upgrade maxed X Factors for their Team of the Year counterpart. So if McDavid wins, he's got to win. If you trade in the max X Factor for McDavid, you should be able to get a discount on his Team of the Year. So that should still be in play. If it's not, that'd be brutal. But yeah, man, I would wait for Team of the Year, dude. Like I'm looking to see if there's anyone I would replace on your lineup. Matthews instead of... You have Kachuk and Jokinen. I would make... You have Robertson, Bertuzzi. Okay, yeah, I guess it's not really worth Briere. I mean, at some point you're going to have to make him. You can put Matthews in at center, move McCann up, or put Matthews at center, trade in Jokinen and Kachuk and grab Briere. But there's really no rush for that, so I'd probably just wait. Victor says, hey, Slaves, I have 188 and 187, 485s, and 1084s. How many more should I make to try and get for Team of the Year? A lot more, man. It is, again, about 600,000 to 800,000 coins would be my guess for Team of the Year. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of Who Should You Choose? Again, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on for your best shot to get your question answered in the next episode. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.